Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
What's up, y'all? Amy Rage here, and I got a new what if idea today. So if you checked, I think yesterday, I made a community tab of this idea of what if Natsu was in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So yeah. Now, remember, like I said last time, I'm always ready to take in suggestions. If you want to have like a certain character in this story, if you want to have your own OC in this story, just let me know. I will be looking at the comments, and I will take everyone's comment into consideration, whether or not I will do it or whether or not I won't do it. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into this. So, Natsu, he's staring at a mission request form, and the job was to translate a word that was found by an archaeologist at a ancient ruin that depicted a person with glowing eyes meditating. And, when they dug it up, they were amazed to find something that's been maintained so well. After a few hundred years. No matter how hard they try to crack the code, it just wouldn't work for them. But they did figure out that someone with high magical power could crack it. So they made a paper copy of the rune, posted as a job request at the strongest guild, Fairy Tale. So Happy, he's with Natsu and he's reading over the paper hundreds of times. Alright, we gotta break this code, but no matter what we do, we can't seem to crack it. They're like, I believe someone with high magical caliber should be able to read this. So he continues to stare at the page. It didn't hit him. What if he pumps magical energy into the word as he says it? Would it even work? He just shrugged to himself and gave it a go. Usually his ideas don't always work, but he felt good and proud that this idea is actually working once in a while. And Happy's like, Natsu, what are you going to do? Happy asked as he, started to back up a bit. He's like, don't worry, Happy. I think I'll figure out what to do. He replied with a thumbs up. So, Natsu, he placed his hand on the paper and started pump magical energy into it. As he pumped more and more energy into it, he failed to notice that the edges of the paper started to wither away a bit. And so the word on the paper started to glow faintly. Natsu, his grin got even bigger, and he started to say the word. Avatar. The word began to glow bright as the word suddenly, both Happy and Natsu were engulfed in a bright white light. They vanished. All was left was the mage and the Exceed as, they got the job request. As, they're slowly falling to the ground. So, yeah, let's cut to the Avatar universe. So, an old man and his nephew, sitting on their, I don't even know what that thing even was. Was it like a ostrich type thing? Or they was riding an ostrich like a horse or something? So, yeah. So, they're in the Earth Kingdom town. The old man has a smile on his face. And so, he's just asking people for some money when they pass by. Excuse me. And a few people, they drop in some good amount of money. This is humiliating, Uncle. You know, Zuko said, he's getting all pissed off and stuff. We're royalty. These people should give us whatever we want. They will, if you ask nicely, Iron said, with, talking with all that wisdom in his voice, Uncle Iron. So, yeah, he turns back out to the road. How about some entertainment? One man asked, in exchange for a gold piece. We're not performers, Zuko said. Not professionals, at least, Iron said quickly before he got up and started to sing again. But, the guy wasn't really happy with that. Come on, we're talking about a gold piece here. The man took out 2 swords from behind his back. Let's see some action, he commanded as, he started slashing at Iron's feet, making him dance because, he got to dodge out the way. Zuko, he's getting more and more pissed off. Iron, he began to sing again as, he was so-called dancing. The man laughed loudly. Alright, here you go, the man said, dropping the coin, and he walked off. Iron smiled. Such a nice man. The nephew just glared holes into the back of the man. So, yeah, let's cut to Aang. Aang, why are we down here? Sokko asked with Appa's saddle, snapping out of his trance. Huh? Aang rubbed his eyes. I didn't even notice. Well, did you notice now? Sokka says sarcastically, as we could be hearing some droopiness in his voice. Is something wrong? Kara asked while making her way up to the front of the saddle. I know this is going to sound weird, but I think this swamp is calling to me, Aang said, as his eyes widened a bit. Is that telling you where we can get something to eat? Sokko said. I think it wants us to land there, Aang said as he continued to stare down at the swamp. Look, no offense to the swamp or anything, Sokka said sarcastically, but I don't see any land there for us to land on. He was just trying to prove his point, but he's ignoring Sokka. I don't know. Boomy said I should learn earthbending. I will have to wait and listen. Now I'm actually hearing the earth. Do you want me to ignore it? Aang asked both Sokko and Kiara. And Sokko's like, yes, we're hungry. And Kiara, Appa, Momo, all their stomachs are grumbling. See, Aang? Even Appa and Momo don't like it here, and they're hungry. And and he's like, fine, since everyone feels so strong about this, then bye, swamp, he said in a monotone voice. And hearing a noise from behind him, Sokka turned around, seeing a gigantic tornado heading right for them. Eyes wide, and Sokko said, you better throw another yip. We gotta go. Aang did his best to try to steer Appa away from the giant tornado, but it wasn't really helping. So, eventually Aang, in a fit of panic, surrounded Appa in a ball of air. Aang lost concentration for a few seconds, and Kiara, Aang, just everyone was sent into the tornado. As they're being swirled around, Aang saw a flash of pink, but he was proven right when the pink thing ran right into him, causing Aang to temporarily be blinded by the pink thing. But it didn't last long because Aang was flung out of the tornado into the swamp, causing Natsu, to go in the opposite direction. When Natsu woke up, he was floating in the water of the swamp. Standing up, rubbing the back of his head, Natsu was positive that he hit something in the tornado. He recalled seeing a blue arrow, but that was it. Happy? Natsu called out, but he got no response. And so Natsu, he's like, damn it. Why did I have to read that room? Natsu, he's glancing around. I'm in a swamp. Great. Natsu brought both his hands to pinch his nose because, all the smells are pretty much overwhelming his senses. Alright, time to find Happy. He finished with a sigh as, Natsu lifted his nose into the air and caught Happy's scent. It was hard considering the other smells of the swamp, but, he started to get on his way looking for Happy. Sokka, you have a blue cat on your head, Kiara said. Come on. First the elbow leech, now this? Why do things keep sticking on me? Sokka cried as he removed Happy from his head. Huh? Is this a cat? A non-catfish? And it's blue. Strange swamp powers, he muttered, but as he picked up the cat and by the scruff, and was looking at the cat with a careful eye. Happy, a voice shrieked from somewhere, but as it echoed through the swamp. At that same moment, Happy snapped his eyes open and brought his paw to his forehead, and he was starting to talk. Sokka quickly dropped Happy in shock and backed up a bit. And he's like, it spoke. How is this cat speaking? Sokka, he's looking around until his eyes landed on Aang. Aang, get over here. And he bounced up like, what, Sokka? Is this your avatar powers? Sokka suggested to the Happy, who was currently watching the whole exchange. And he looked at Happy like, whoa, a blue cat. But I never heard of just a cat. Only a catfish. And he started to trail off a bit. I'm not a cat, Happy said as, he crossed his paws, causing both Aang to look at Happy with a weird look on his face. It talks? He said, causing Sokka to raise his eye. So this isn't your avatar voodoo magic? Sokka asked again. Nope. I'm sitting right here, Happy huffed while poking at the cat. Sokka one more time. You see the cat too, Kiara, right? I'm not just seeing things because of lack of food, right? No, you're poking at a talking cat, Sokka. Kiara said while, she was also looking at Happy weirdly, trying to get her mind wrapped around the situation right now. I'm not a cat, I'm an Exceed. Happy tried again, with a tick mark on Happy's head. Stop poking me. Is there an off button on you? Sokka asked Happy as he continued to just keep poking Happy. My name's Happy. And, they hear a voice. Happy! The voice shouted again, and Happy's face lit up. Natsu, is that you? He called out. You mean there's more of them? Sokka said with a kind of a scared look on his face. Yes, where we stay. Stay where you are, I'm almost there. Natsu called back. Moments later, Happy was by Natsu's side again. Happy, I thought I lost you. Natsu, released Happy when he noticed that other people were present. Sup, he said, trying to greet them all. Who are you? Oh, I'm Natsu Dragneel, and this is my friend Happy. You are? Oh, I'm Sokka, this is Kiara, and that's Aang. Sokka said with a bored face as, he suggested each of them with his thumb. Natsu's eyes widened when, and pointing at Aang, Sokka, Kiara, and Aang were waiting for him to yell, You're the Avatar, but instead, he stated, You're the thing I hit in the tornado. I like your arrow. Aang looked at him with a confused look. Wait, you're the pink thing. Has your hair always been pink? Aang asked, nodding. Natsu said, yeah, I was born with pink hair. Have you always been bald? He asked. Yep, pretty much. Great, we landed in a swamp. We don't have Appa or Momo. We met a freakishly blue talking cat, and his pink-haired best friend. Could this take it any weirder? Sako said sarcastically while, flailing his arms around. And so, yeah, I'm gonna end it right there. Tell me, literally tell me, what do y'all guys think about this? Cause this is won't say my first time crossing, but a lot of people like to say The Last Airbender isn't a anime, but I think it is. So tell me what you guys think. So yeah, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and yeah, tell me what you guys think. If y'all want your own parts to the story into this, let me know, and I will be reading them all. So yeah, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.
Yeah, I keep it 12 on me if they got a screw loose. They messing with my big homie, they must be a damn fool. I buy me some jewelry, under pressure I stay round the clock, tone forward. Class clown back in high school. I'm in love with designers, fancy taste. Laying down the recliner, stay in place. And you know I keep it rockin', got a 40 in my pocket. Niggas say that I'm the plug, and I ain't talking socket. For your love, run the race. Cockpit, I drive, detour out of space. Never been so high, used to feel in last place, but now I fly by. Dior on my way, pull the trigger, he's fried.